Okay, so today's video could probably use a wee bit of explanation. What happened was me and Puddles had planned out a UU live together. We were both free for about an hour. I was like, okay, we'll record it around lunchtime, edit it in the afternoon, post it for dinner time. You know how that goes. Unfortunately, the ladder went down right when we tried to start, and the way we passed time was by spectating random OU matches and narrating them as sports commentators. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this. If you actually enjoy it, we might do it some other time. If not, think of it as a one-off thing, and hopefully the ladders will be back up soon and we can actually get you that UU live for tomorrow. Bye. Enjoy the video. You're totally about to get socket errored.
I know. It's taking too long. Staraptor just broke the game.
Mm-hmm.
Socket error. Great. All right. Let's see.
Okay. I'll choose this one.
Okay.
It should probably be one that just started.
Yeah.
I got one here. Hidden Identity versus
did?
Gray the Trainer. Ooh,
Okay.
Hidden Identity has quite an interesting looking team here. He's definitely more standard than the first game we saw today. The Feraligatr is an interesting choice when Zoomroll does exist, but maybe he already had the weakness to poison. He did not want to amplify that.
I think actually what the deal was here is that it has an attachment to starters, so I think he just wanted to use Feraligatr.
You see, Hidden Identity actually used Zubat in one of his first playthroughs of Pokemon Red, which is why he chose to go with Crobat as well. Little known fact.
Yes, this makes sense. It's all coming together. And now we see the Mega Charizard X is revealed with the Dragon Dance. Zapdos is going to do what to this? Miss a Thunder.
Now that is just terrifying. Gray the Trainer, that is an awful start for him, as there's a massive threat sitting on his doorstep, and there's not much he can do.
Yeah, he doesn't have much of anything that wants to take a hit from this Mega Charizard. Even if it's the Tank Zard, maybe. But no, it looks like Zapdos is just going to go down. So this is probably
a very quick 6-5 lead for Hidden Identity.
Okay. So the Gyarados will come in here. It does, in fact, have the Intimidate. Now, are we going to see the Mega Evolution here, or do you think we have the Mega Gardevoir?
I would assume it's Mega Gardevoir.
Okay.
If he does go for Flare Blitz, that's so foolish. We're just going to have to see. I don't really see much of a switch-in for this Gyarados. He does opt.
He does have the... Okay, he goes for the Outrage. He opts to lock himself in and does not actually get taken out by the Aqua Tail.
So the very obvious switch here to the Gardevoir is not actually going to happen.
Okay.
I'm not quite sure. The standard Gardevoir, maybe he has 2 Megas and he just forgot. That is always an option.
That might be the problem.
I have made that mistake myself. It is very embarrassing. The Charizard is now setup fodder, although it has claimed Hidden Identity a quick 6-4 lead.
Yes, now Gardevoir goes for the Psychic, not even the Moonblast.
No.
Must have been predicting anything else, I guess. Klefki's going to come in here, probably going to go for some Toxic or Thunder Wave shenanigans.
Most likely a Thunder Wave, possibly just a sub. No,
yep, there is the Thunder Wave. Are we going to get the full pair? And we have Synchronized. Look at this.
Klefki getting a taste of its own medicine. Klefki is now the one parafused, unlike so many OU games before.
Yes, this is a very nice twist to a common occurrence that we see with the Klefki.
I'm not quite sure what the Gardevoir will be able to do, especially after the light screen.
Unfortunately, the Klefki breaks through Paralysis and Confusion and gets up the light screen, thus proving how lucky Klefki is.
Exactly. I do believe it's the driver key. The one on the left, the key to his car. That is the one. That is the luck key. Klefki is yet to be in any accidents. Oh, there's his first one.
The safe switch out into the Garchomp. Can we expect a... Okay, there's the
airbag did activate. Garchomp is immune to the Thunder Wave, so he is free to set up as the
Training Kiss. Okay, so we don't have Play Rough, which is probably better for Gray the Trainer, don't you think? Because there's no attack drop.
There's no chance for the attack drop, and this Garchomp is looking quite terrifying at the moment. The best play here is to just kill it off. Unfortunately, he decides not to go for the Earthquake. And, it's a very curious play by Gray the Trainer, as he does not flinch or para the Klefki the entire way down.
Maybe he's not running Earthquake. Maybe he has Fire Fang over Earthquake because he doesn't want to... He wants to be able to hit Ferrothorn.
Yeah, exactly. Ferrothorn is a massive problem, especially on the lower ladder, where many people don't run fire move, so he definitely wanted to mitigate that on his team. He doesn't have much else to hit Ferrothorn.
Yes, and I think that Gray the Trainer here is running a jolly Ferrothorn with the Iron Head over the Gyro Ball. So
it very well could be the banded Ferrothorn.
It could be, yes. As we see another Iron Head, I'm thinking that this might be banded.
It very well could be. We could always be proven wrong now if he reveals the
could,
Power Whip.
Maybe Expert Belt.
No!
You know what? We have a mixed Ferrothorn on our hands.
Yes, we do. The Thunder, that is very unfortunate for Gray the Trainer. He has missed 2 Thunders this match. As the Aegislash is going to come out, get critted with the Thunder.
Okay, I guess that somewhat makes up for it.
Can we
but
see?
No para.
Can we see a hidden power? He does try to Toxic the Aegislash.
Predicting the switch out.
Yes, absolutely.
Not a bad play.
He assumes the Florges is going to come out to eat up that Thunder. Unfortunately for Gray the Trainer, Aegislash is at +2, and SD Aegislash is still a decent threat in the OU metagame.
Yes, it is. It has not gotten outclassed. It was, for a brief period, stopped by other things.
Such
like
as Mana Buzz.
The weakness policy, the special set. But it is back with a vengeance.
The mixed Aegislash is generally preferred, but just straight SD Aegislash is definitely still very threatening.
Yes, it is. As we might even be able to see a clean sweep here for the rest of Gray the Trainer's Mons. At +6, I think that unless we are not running Shadow Sneak on this Aegislash, then there may be a stop to this. Actually, I stand corrected because I have no idea what a Gardevoir can do to Aegislash at full.
I was just about to mention, I don't think anything he has left can actually harm this Aegislash. So even if he had Tackle, I assume Hidden Identity has this game.
Yeah, I think that a Sucker Punch might be able to do a decent chunk to this Aegislash, but I'm guessing that it's not going to take it out, especially if he is in the shield form.
Exactly. The sword is incoming.
And it has taken it out. Do we... Okay, we don't see... so we must have been Expert Belt on that thing.
I agree. Expert Belt Ferrothorn is definitely a new meta kind of thing. Not many people are utilizing it as of yet, but give it a few months and it'll definitely catch on.
Yes, I agree. I agree wholeheartedly. I don't think people have realized the threat that is hidden behind the facade. As we see a forfeit by Gray the Trainer, Hidden
unfortunately,
Identity is the victor.
Unfortunately, the mixed Ferrothorn was just not enough to pull through.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and find another battle for us to watch here. Let me.
Ooh, Huggle Monster. That looks like a really good option.
Okay, let me let you. Yeah, Wiggle Monster.
Huggle Monster. Ooh, as you can see.
Okay, I clicked Huggle that we got here.
He does have the Reflect Deoxys defense, opting to use dual screens Deoxys defense as opposed to just standard hazard stack. It is a very interesting choice by Search Ruby Omega.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this was not your standard DoD because he does have a bulkier team going on here. As you can tell that he's probably running the physically defensive Greninja that people have been starting to use.
Yes. Hidden Power Steel is actually really good because Steel type is such a good type defensively, and if you can turn yourself into one at will, you can really mess with opponents.
Yes, this is very true. The Mamoswine opts to go for the Iron Head, predicting the switch out. Probably the switch out into
Alakazam, potentially.
Alakazam, I'm thinking, because obviously Alakazam is on the balloon.
Absolutely, Earthquake would not have affected that Alakazam, and Deoxys defense has been able to get up all of the hazards and trick the Light Clay away. The leftovers Mamoswine has been revealed.
Okay, well this is just something you don't see every day. You don't usually see Trick with the Light Clay. You don't usually see that. You usually see Trick with anything else. But Light Clay, I guess if he didn't want to get his Reflect up, again, he didn't want to preserve, which makes sense. You can go out into the Slowbro here. A big threat to the Mamoswine, who now does not have recovery.
Absolutely. It can eat up any hit, especially behind that 8-turn lasting Reflect. As you can see, it only does 22%.
As we see the Rain Dance, can we possibly see a sweeping Slowbro here?
I do believe a Calm Mind Slowbro would be able to sweep through Huggle Monster's team, maybe aside from the Roserade, but it depends what coverage move the Slowbro has. As we see a Light Screen.
We have Light Screen, so maybe we have another Light Clay on this Slowbro. Can we see a possible trick?
potentially Slowbro does indeed get Trick, so he could trick the Light Clay for the Light Clay.
Okay, that would be probably the most optimal play. I believe that the Slowbro will be sacked here and replaced by the Kingdra.
No, in fact, the Landorus is going to come right in on the Earthquake. That is a very nice prediction by Ruby Omega.
This game is getting a lot closer than it should be.
Unbeknownst to him, Ice Shard is going to be able to kill because the Reflect is no longer up, unfortunately.
Now we see the switch into Kingdra.
I don't see a switch in on the opponent's side.
You're right.
As you see, the Huggle monster is about to get destroyed by Focus Energy.
Has been set up. I don't see anything that wants to take a Hydro Pump or a Draco Meteor, for that matter.
If we see Dual Dance, if he goes for the agility here, I do believe it is all over. The Dragon Pulse
Can we see
instead.
the agility?
We instead see a neutral Dragon Pulse instead of the super effective Rain boosted move. Very curious play.
Must have been predicting the switch out into Gyarados.
Yes, the Rosary was also a very, very easy switch to predict.
Yes.
With full hazards on the opponent's field, it is absolutely far from over. Ruby Omega could potentially come back in this game, especially with Swift and Kingdra here.
Yes, and now the Rose Raid is in. The Ice Beam will be had and taking out Rose. So, now the rain has stopped. Do you think that our opponent, our challenger, Huggle Monster, will go out into the Gyarados and try and Mega Evolve to take out the Kingdra?
He absolutely will. It's a very good call there, Puddles. We're going to have to see what Ruby Omega wants to do about this. As, he opts to go into that physically defensive Greninja. It does eat up the hit quite well.
Yes, it does. See, that's what I'm talking about. The physically defensive Greninja is here. Can we possibly see screens on this Greninja as well?
No, we do indeed see the Blizzard, though. Unfortunately, there's no freeze.
He definitely forgot to get the freeze on that one, and that's very bad. Okay, but we do have a +1 Gyarados that is confused. He did not get the free turn outrage, which is really nice.
The showdown bugs.
Have the Lumberry.
Yes, the showdown bugs are real, and the Lumberry is supposed to activate before the opponent switches out a Mon, and it definitely could have played into the thought process there of Ruby Omega. If he didn't know the Lumberry was being carried by the Gyarados, he might not have switched that in, but unfortunately, he is down for the count, as Alakazam did get the attack boost off of that Psychic kill.
This is good because now we know that the Alakazam will be able to KO the Scizor with a Fire Punch.
Yes, Fire Punch is very common on Alakazam just to get around Scizor, as they're normally Assault Vest after Blame Truth posted up his Assault Vest video. As,
it is true.
The Zoroark is coming out. The Zoroark is here.
Duped by the Zoroark. Very good play on Huggle Monster's side. Can we see an Aqua Jet coming from this Kingdra?
I don't believe Aqua Jet is a move that Kingdra can learn, unfortunately, unless he trained in the mountains of Chicago, but unfortunately he did not. And
he did not, and that is going to be the game in Huggle Monster's favor. Not bad. We could watch a Sucker for Jessica OU battle.
Ooh, absolutely.
Let's do that. Let's watch a Sucker for Jessica OU battle. Do you think that this is a subscriber battle or a ladder battle?
I do believe this is just a subscriber battle. As you can see, there's no rated tag at the very top.
Yes, so, that is true.
Unfortunately, Sucker for Jessica, he does not have a weather to cancel out this T-Tar's weather, so Sand Offense is absolutely real here.
Yes.
The first turn doubles. Can you explain what they were predicting?
I believe that what we were seeing with the Landorus Therian switch-in was the -1 so that we would not get taken out by a Rock Slide, or maybe this Landorus is even Scarfed, so we thought that we could take it out with a Earthquake, but maybe we're not Scarfed because we switch out into the Bisharp.
Exactly. The U-turn was not gone for, but the Bisharp very well could go for the pursuit here and kill off the Latias, barring an HP Fire.
Yes. Let's see. As we just go for another Draco Meteor,
in fact,
he actually opts to stay in and takes out the Bisharp, which is which is fine. Legendary Lance is predicting, which is nice. He's taking out big threats.
It is a little bit unfortunate for S4J. He did lose a giant threat to the opponent's Latias. He definitely predicted the switch out, but the Sucker Punch was the more optimal play, would you say?
Yes, and now we see the knockoff for the Landorus theory, or the Tornadus theory, and excuse me.
Said Tornadus did not get buffeted by Sandstorm. Do you believe it is Safety Goggles Thunders or Tornadus?
I believe that this is Safety Goggles Tornadus because I did see Sucker for Jessica use Safety Goggles on another one of his mons. So this could be that.
I mean, Tornadus just seems like the kind of guy who always tries to be safe. In woodshop, in elementary school, he definitely was the guy to wear the safety goggles, so it doesn't surprise me that he is wearing them here in a very standard tourney match.
Yes. Yes, I definitely agree. Legendary Lance fucking in the chat here.
Oh, he is.
Yes, he is. Let's see if okay. So we have to go for the here. Did not want to predict the switch out. Now Landorus does go for the U-turns. So S4J did predict the switch out into the Azumarill. Now what are we gonna see? Just go out into Aegislash on the balloon. Okay.
That is very. I mean, oftentimes knights in battle will tie balloons around their swords. It gives them a little bit of height advantage on their opponents.
Yes, and then they also would do that with their scouts to some higher to see if more reinforcements were coming, if opponents were getting more reinforcements. So this is an optimal tactic. The Shadow Ball does a lot to the Azumarill, which is something we like to see.
Oh, and we see a withdrawal here out into the Congeler, which does take a sizable chunk from the sword. It most likely was a Citrus Berry Belly Drum Azumarill on the opponent's side. Unfortunately, that strategy is no longer going to be viable for the rest of the battle.
Yes. The Congeler is in. Will we see a knockoff, or will we see a predicted Drain Punch on a switch out? I think knockoff would be the most optimal play, regardless of a switch out or not.
I do believe a Drain Punch is an optimal play here, barring the Landorus or Thunders. It is definitely a toss-up. Removing an item is always good, but if he does go for the King Shield, a Drain Punch is definitely the better play here, as he does indeed go for the Drain Punch.
Yes, he makes the right prediction here. Now I believe that
the knockoff.
You know what? The knockoff should happen. I don't blame S4J for going for the King Shield because that was the more defensive play.
Exactly.
He needs to play a little more defense because he did lose his Bisharp and a lot of his mons are not quick. So outside of, I'm guessing, Choice Scarf, Landorus T, and the Tornadus T.
As the Shadow Ball is gone for, wearing down the Congeler, a little bit of chip damage, never hurt anybody. That is a decently quick Aegislash. I do believe Aegislash is naturally slower than Congeler, although I may be talking about
I'm not entirely sure. From experience of my own, when I use an Aegislash, I usually run the speed lowering nature. So we are either seeing a speedy Aegislash or we are seeing a minus speed nature Congeler.
Indeed. Mixed Congeler is often a threat. Not quite sure what you would run on it, but the Landorus T is able to come in and kill it before it could reveal such moves.
Yeah, this is very nice, actually, for Sucker for Jessica, because he did get rid of his priority. He still has the Aqua Jet priority with the Azumarill, but his Azumarill is very weakened. Now we see a Venusaur come in.
Could we possibly see a Power Herb fly from this Landorus?
That would be... Nope, we don't see... Choice Scarf is something that we do see, so what do you think that we have on this here Landorus? Item-wise, do you think it is a...
I'm gonna have to put my money on Power Herb Fly. He might have just been saving it for later in the game. He's definitely weakening himself to the Excadrill, though, unfortunately, and
yes.
I do believe we're gonna see an Excadrill sweep late game.
I do believe so. As we see the switch out in Tyranitar is the Hurricane is going to be able to connect.
As a superpower is potential, yes.
Yes, and we do get the confusion on the Tyranitar, and the superpower will be able to take out said Tyranitar. The problem that we are going to run into here is that the Excadrill will be able to come in, and the combination of Excadrill and Mega Venusaur will mean that the priority that Sucker for Jessica has is almost null and void.
Indeed.
As we see Swords Dance coming from the Excadrill, which pretty much means that this Excadrill can destroy lives. Will it be able to take a Mach Punch?
Yes, absolutely,
yes,
absolutely. It is infamous for taking Mach Punches from Kongol. As the switch to Venusaur here, it's very obvious. Unfortunately, S4J does not have many other options. He needs to go for the Mach Punch again. Because,
yes,
the
that is very true.
Excadrill is way too much of a threat to his team. Despite how obvious.
He does have, I think Sand was set up 3 turns ago, so maybe he has, let's see, we have, yeah.
He does have 4 turns of Sand left, indeed.
He does have 4 turns of Sand left. Now this is where the thought has to be put into the battle, because 4J does need his Azumarill alive to handle the opposing Azumarill, but he also needs the Tornadus alive to handle
the Venusaur.
The Venusaur that does not come in, and Excadrill is sacked.
As the obvious play was made, and despite there were so many predictions going on, that the obvious play became the unobvious play, and S4J definitely does capitalize on that.
Yes, he does, and that's very good for him, because now there is nothing that can switch safely in on a Hurricane coming
indeed.
from a...
As you can see, S4J says himself, he thought about that move for mad long.
Yes, he did. The one thing that I think Legendary Lance needs to watch out for is the fact that his name is Legendary Lance and he is Cynthia's. So this could be the reason why he has made these incorrect plays, these misplays.
Indeed, he is having a gender crisis. As Azumarill is going to have to clean up the game. Unfortunately, that is too tall of a task to ask for, especially after the Citrus Berry is already gone.
Yes, very good plays on Sucker for Jessica's part. Not predicting the switch out, going for the obvious play to get rid of the threat. He knows how to play Pokemon. Legendary Lance should have figured that out.
And the Safety Goggles Tornadus. Always play it safe, kids. We hope you enjoyed listening.
Yes, thank you. Tune in next week for the same deal.
And we hope to see you then. Take it easy, guys.